Hello, hello, and welcome back to Limbus Company. As the title states, today we will be doing Intervallo 5 LCB regular checkup. Don't know how prepared I am for this. I didn't look into it. As per usual, I always go in blind. Always go in blind. Have you ever played an unvoiced Intervallo? I can't remember. No, I have not. This will be the first unvoiced Intervallo. So, unfortunately, I will be voicing everybody. I am sorry. I'm being synced. Are you being synced? So, obviously, before I start this, I need to use my tickets. So, opinions. I have the Season 3 ticket, and I was looking into it, basically got told to get him, to get this Merceau, because he's really good. I don't know about anybody else, so I've left it. I've left that ticket. Funnily enough, the Bakgak for this Intervallo was just announced, so you're gonna play this right before it being voiced literally today. I know. I don't know, I haven't touched any Season 3 IDs. I don't know what to pick. If only you were doing it 5 days later. Yeah. Many use stink, but many don't use stink bomb. Have you seen the facade stuff? They are hilarious. Merceau or Faust? Also, welcome in Equinox. I have not. I'll probably get Merceau. And then I need to use... I have this ticket. The anniversary one, and this is like you can grab any ID you want. And I think for this one, I'm probably gonna grab something. I was gonna grab Heathcliff, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Always available. Facades are skins, basically. How do we do that? Because I never looked into it. Kaku, you should get your first facade. I could. I don't even know how we do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hair clip. I love hair clip. It's so funny. Like, what does it do? Like, again, I've not, like, looked into the facades or anything. Because I don't know. I know of them. I don't know. Oh, it's right here, facades. Damn, why do you look fine? Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Acquire and uptype this identity to tier 4, then select a weave pod projection to obtain. Use 125 of a character shard or 25 thread. Ah! Damn. Okay. Who do I... Okay, I have to look. I told myself I was not gonna waste any time today. That was a fucking lie. Faust. Yisong. They change outfits and skill animations for units. Interesting. Basically, you can use Blood Fiend on, but with the looks of Queen Dawn. What the fuck? They're hilarious if you pair the janky ones. There's janky ones. I have a magnetic fidget pen. You would. That I'm really not surprised about. Damn, I did shit for her. Damn. I did not do anything for him. You can do it for egos? Oh, no. I was about to say. Facade source. Okay, but is it like bad that I kind of like, I like them the way they are, if that makes sense? Like, eventually I should probably try it and see what it looks like. Like, for him and his fuck-ass bob, you know, use some other Heath ID with Wild Hunt skin. The problem is I don't have any other Heath ID that I've leveled. Also, truthfully, I need to be leveling some of these people because I'm kind of screwing myself over. Oh, I got the new Ryoshu. I got the B shit. Didn't try him yet. I do need to level him. Earlier today I was running an index team for Mirror Dungeon, and that was something. From what my friend said. What? What'd your friend say? Should probably level her up. Look, it's Roland! Hello, Roland! Welcome! I always kind of forget 55 is now the max level. Beast Salt is very powerful. I heard that too, and I vaguely saw a video of him fucking rolling the event boss. Roland, you are faking a fraud lovingly. How do you lovingly say that though? Explain it to me. It is I, Spoiler Man. I am your first librarian. No, don't spoil anything but that. Roland Respect Button Mango Edition. But Roland, please. Also, okay, so opinions, please. I am asking opinions this time. Is Ego Lamp not a good syncing ID? Would he be considered not a good syncing ID? I wanted to level him because 1, he looks badass as hell, 2, he's fine, and 3, he's syncing, but I didn't know if he was considered mid or not, like, for syncing. For a syncing team. I know he's syncing in Burn. And I have been told that I should use, the hell is his name? Hold on. Edgar Familiar. And I can use it. It isn't what? It isn't a bad ID for syncing, or it isn't a syncing ID? Well, not syncing enough. I guess my thing is, like, I wish I could understand how people use some of these in-between IDs that have, like, the 2 status, like, abilities. I don't know how people deal with that. That I'm unsure of. Either way. Edgar's better sync ID. Only good thing about Edgar at this point is his count. Oh. Welcome in, Kiki. Kiki Day. Welcome in. He's good in every aspect except for count maintenance. Okay, so I will probably not invest in him yet, and I will probably get the Edgar ID and invest in that one first. That's what I will probably do. Because I'm trying to... the hell is that? Oh. I'm trying to go a bit in with my syncing team. I ran a bullshit ass team earlier just to get an idea of what syncing was like in an MD, and it was, I mean, I was rolling through shit. It was kind of crazy. Granted, I was just picking shit I thought might work for like the gifts and stuff, but I think once I actually like get some sort of an idea of what the hell I'm doing, I might be good. It might be GG's. Rolling? Like, rolling? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the cat's here. She's come to drop off a stink bomb. Let me use... I did not... Minnie, don't you dare use stink bomb. Don't listen to them. I'm like a couple off. And yes, I am messing around on stream right now. Basically depends on your other units to work. If you feel comfortable maintaining count, you can run Lantern easily. Okay. I just, like I said, I don't have like a surefire team. Like there's maybe only like a couple of units I'm really like 100% sure that I want to actually keep and have them be in my team. Nurse Father Yisong is so busted that honestly damage is not a problem. Yeah, and he's technically in the team. I have Solemn Lament. I have Spice Bush, but it's kind of like, is it worth using them if I have Nurse Father, you know? What about your ass, dude? But yeah, that's currently where my shit's at right now. Alright, we're gonna just... I'm gonna start actually doing shit. Ketchup doesn't belong on hot dogs, and I will continue to say that shit. Oh, music. It doesn't, I promise you. I hope you... Never mind. You're wrong and I'm right because America, we're both from America, idiot. I don't know what I want. I'm gonna use her. Also, Index Foss is a garbage syncing ID. I figured because
가시죠. 독재팀의 협조가 필요한 거지.
Ma'am, leave me alone.
지령을 받았습니다.
She rolls low and does mid damage. Also, and then this is part of the problem too. Dawn, I heard, is count hungry. Like she'll eat it. So that is my my concern. Don Quixote, yes. What about Don Quixote?
The glizzy clobbler.
Uptight road.
I cannot
told ya
hold
right
it in
now.
anymore. I just wanna,
You
you
know.
know.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I had my girl uptight. My bad. I don't know why I didn't have her uptight. She's uptight now. Forgive me. Road is really good. Your best syncing ID when it comes to count. Okay. Magical girl, more like ordinary woman. Stop talking shit.
여기는 LCA 선봉팀 오제트 라디오 체크.
I mean, fuck it, right?
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면. 왔군.
원하신다면.
And next song, Lamp Greg, they are all count garbage, but who cares about count?
문을 열 시간인가.
I don't know.
군주가
I guess it really, in the grand scheme of
말뚝을
things, it
쑤셔
really
넣어주자.
does not matter.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한
We're gonna try to
세계를
run
세우라.
syncing to see what happens. Well, bullshit syncing. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor arena. You damned imbeciles! What's the point of everyone rushing at the same enemy that's already staggered and nearly dead? Faust had attacked that entity first. The blame lies flatly with the others' delayed decisions. Apologies, yet concerned was I that not disposed swiftly of the foe would... I think this is a great show of teamwork. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my command. Damn it! Why won't any of you listen to my orders? Oi! Your genius order was how the lass's head ended up dangling from 1/4 of a neck. It was a necessary sacrifice to gain an edge in battle. Worry thee not! How befitting of a hero it is to perish in place of her compatriot. Donkey! Don Quixote falls before the merciless onslaught of enemies. I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of, "You're doing it wrong," but I had no choice but to watch as their woefully abysmal decisions continue to bungle the fight. There's so much fucking chaos going on already. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get in my way, claiming that they haven't finished collecting the data. This one's reaction speed to emergencies is exceptionally fast. So, can I help them now? Will you stop pacing and compose yourself? We are almost done here. That should be more than enough data. Take control, manager. I had a lot I wanted to say, but let's help the sinners out of this bind first. Don Quixote. It's the guy. It's the dude with the blue hair. I don't know what his name is. Bitch, what the fuck? Okay. Alright, hold on. We're fighting ourselves. No, we're not. Do you want the name? No, I don't want the name yet. Alright, let's... Perfected Death Fist? Bitch, how about no? 7? It's Sloppenheimer. Shut the fuck up. Unopposed. Also, why the fuck is the camera doing that? Oh, we might be fucked. Plus camera does. Yeah, the camera's doing something I don't fucking like. Envy Pecatula will always make me do a double take. Is this the shit? This might have been the shit that Bakuraga was talking about. Oh, they're... Oh, fuck, they're attacking her. They're both attacking her. Beheading. Staying on target. Inflict. Okay. Neutral, neutral, neutral.
Shut up, bitch!
They're all burn? They're all burn. So we need to clash with this one, and this one. She needs to do yellow. I'd just tank that shit. I don't even know how to use this bitch. How do I use her? Probably should have like dug into it. Fine though. Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing her. She... No. I'll do that. So she can just fucking eat it, I guess. God damn. I actually kinda don't want her to eat that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just fucking around. Bitch, you lost. Come on now.
직접 밝혀주마.
Nice. Damn, what the fuck? The Schlonginator 6. What is wrong with you? That's fine.
약측 보강 완료.
무아몽정.
전술 시야 전.
Alright, so she is staggered. Oh, fuck. Okay. So she swapped to that. It's fine, we figuring this shit out. I kind of don't want him to fight that. 900 hours in and all those arrows never stop making me confused as to who is... Yeah, the arrows are really fucking confusing, and I know you can change them, but it still does not help. Hello, welcome in chat, do you like to? Like Teto? Oh my god, I misread that. Do you like Teto? Yeah, I like Teto. Alright, so we're gonna frickin' we beat her ass. We're gonna beat her ass. I know... I feel like it's such a waste, but I'm trying to follow the rules, you know? Bird. Do that, and then
당신 짝패군요.
I need to read her
억제
kit
성공.
so I can understand it.
격발.
Damn, she fucked her up. I don't know. I don't. If they're red mist, I don't know who the fuck she killed. She fucked them up.
좋아. 코이.
Boy.
여기 심장이 잠깐 저릿했기에
Oh, nice.
아비 교환.
Okay, we only have a couple left, so let's get to it. I mean, fuck it, we ball, right? Wait, what color? What color is it? I mean, I can only do red, so I guess it really doesn't fucking matter, right? It's gonna be easy for you. You got top tier ideas in your team. Yeah, as long as I'm not being brain dead, I think. I really hate using him on people that are like really close to dying. But the trade-off is so much better, so I did tell myself that being random isn't bad. Maybe. Hopeless. What the fuck is that? What is that? Okay. Sure. That was ego corrosion? I mean, he smoked them. That went well. As expected of our executive manager, the exceptional development of your strategic genius reminds me of the earlier years of my career. Uh-huh. Thanks. Woo. Got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. You will maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the test. Next on the docket is... I would have asked Marisol for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyway? Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah. Oh, come on, fellas. There's gotta... I think they fucked that up. There's gotta be more to it than that. Sure there was. That it would have made any difference. Not that it would have made any difference. But like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. I hate Mimic and MD. There's Mimics in MD. I'm assuming hard MD. Or extreme. I don't know, I'm not at that point, so.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니
Damn!
목, 애를 전부
Our girl showed out.
방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
That does not sound good. Wow, that sound just now. I didn't know a human body can make a sound like that. Oh, I was just doing some stretches. Can't seem to do them without making these noises nowadays. Huh? What do you mean you can't? That right there's the creaking sound of time's ravages. Sync. Oof. I know Dante's been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate. I know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. There's Mimics in Railway and then unlocks an MD floor. Oh, fuck. Well, you said you'd wait a month for the next Bakgak. It's been 13 days and the Bakgak for LCB checkup is on the 19th. Well, I said, not you. Yeah, I know, it's kind of ironic, but I didn't want to wait another week, you know? And who knows, maybe I won't finish this and I'll have half of it voiced. We'll see. That's when Hung Lu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? She's gotta be the oldest of us by a lot, right? Hong Lu's unprompted catapulting of such a heavy subject brought the busy air inside the bus to a sudden, stifling halt. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually broach that subject, but, you just bulldozed through the whole mess, huh? I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive about their age. That's, 'tis not to concern thyself with. Be not so... Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality. Oi, Scoot! That's my designated seat. You're planting your arson. I'll whack ya. On the other hand, here's this guy without a care in the world. Almost makes me wonder if he even remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly? Don Quixote, I'm sure you can... Sing? I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before. I am quite fond of the current temperament of our company. Unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel, I have nary a wish to exact violence upon him, and right now, that's over with. Let's all shut up and keep the chinwag to a minimum, yeah? Seems plenty villainously... What? Seems plenty villainously dickish to me. Anyways, am I the only one thinking that it's about time we got the thing? The thing? Well, you know, the thing that we tried a while ago, but didn't get to enjoy due to some unforeseen issues. Deathmatch. Not that. Don't you remember? We even played volleyball by that big body of water. Contextual clues suggest that he is making a request for a vacation. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Let's all go to a spa or something, relax and get massages to loosen up our muscles some, please. Oh, thank you for following. Chat, do you like Teto? You still have some expectations for our employees? Uh-huh. I recall that young Merceau had given me quite the exquisite massage, have he not? I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structures of the human body. For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation. Thus understood it was the philosophy of Merceau's physical therapy that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain. It seems that the time is here. Virgilus? Yes, I knew that this day would eventually come. The day is here. Why is everyone acting so serious all of a sudden? Rodion's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exasperating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner. What could it possibly be that it needs this much build-up? In other words, it is time for Limbus companies. The fucking gulp. Why did they voice the gulp? Dramatic gulping noise. Regular checkup. Regular checkup? We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago, requesting that we send the sinners in for a regular checkup. But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end. They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time. I was starting to get tired of explaining our absence. Checkup? What checkup? Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are regular occurrences at most corporations. I've never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say right, Ishmael. She looks fucking terrified, only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression frozen onto her face. Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things worked outside Limbus Company. Regular check-ups are... Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is. Coolio. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go. No. Not the regular checkup. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise. Miss Rhodia. Ah, I hear that some fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups, depending on their characteristics. Locked up until there's only one left standing. Locked. Blood of my colleagues, the only key to escape. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced, abject horror at the suggestion. Do you even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you're prepared to go through the regular checkup, no matter what happens in the process? Are you prepared to endure through everything that... What's wrong with this bloke now? Mate's looking all pale. I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of this. I don't think it's that bad. I think we used to have an annual health checkups back in school, too. What kind of checkups? They put us all in the same room, measuring heights and weights, running some basic fitness tests. Wherefore do they seek the measures of such characteristics? Must you really ask? The full knowledge and analysis of each soldier's status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand. What soldiers? I was talking about my school. Right, so that doesn't explain shite about why you need to know that, does it? Why'd they find it necessary to spray people with those stinking chemicals just to see if someone's got lice in their clothes? He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess. You all keep asking questions with the most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they'd test us. I did indie yesterday and somehow I make normal mobs have 3k plus HP. What? Aldous confidently marched up to the front of other sinners with an assertive grin as though she'd been waiting for this very moment. Of course she has. The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority amongst us. A true authority. But by your parlance, true authority, could it be that you are questioning whom among us is our leader? But I'm standing right here. I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestion, Executive Manager. Of course, I must preface this with a declaration that there cannot be an iota of doubt toward Executive Manager Dante's authority. Okay. I made a boss have 120k HP. How do you make enemies have that much HP? How do you make enemies have HP? Aren't we supposed to delete the HP? Haha, she said Among Us. God damn it, Ricardo. But welcome in, Ricardo. But this was not always a topic of great contention among us. Which of us is most fit to command this squad of sinners? Isn't it Ishmael? Or maybe Faust? That's what I thought too. This lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise. You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so. Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of the glorious victory of your allies. It's all missing. Where is your readiness for self-sacrifice? No one's arguing with you, Aldous. Who are you even talking to? So to summarize, a regular checkup entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the last understanding. Silence fell upon us at Honglu's succinct summary. Battle Royale. I've been looking forward to this. Fuck it. I'll give you lot one hell of a fight. My fist used to be bloody, infamous in the back streets. Fine. So that's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't... Okay, so where are we off to? The battle... excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at... The sinners seem to be under some serious misunderstanding about what the regular checkup entailed. The Foss had obviously long given up on correcting them. Bro, Minnie is like running around in this room. She's hyper as hell. Extreme MD modifiers are kind of insane. I can't wait to see them. The headquarters. The headquarters you speak of. Must be the headquarters of Limbus Company? Yes. Oh, we're finally getting to visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us. We should be right on time. Immediate departure. This instant? Thou sayest? Yet mine heart is faint prepared. Prithee, allow us some time to prepare our travel provisions. Where's the HQ anyway? Hopefully it's not too far from here. That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that I exist in a location inaccessible via Mephi. Oh, come on. How are we supposed to get there if you're not going to tell us where it is? Inaccessible via Mephi? You're not about to suggest that we board the warp trains again, are you? Faye, I shan't ever board the warp trains again. Indeed. We will not be boarding a warp train for this journey. So are we taking the back doors or something? Yeah, good point. Let's take them doors instead. A sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, the destination may hold an element of randomness. What Ishmael said to Aldous is basically the majority of her interactions with others. Yeah. And we do have a Discord. Thank you, random dude. It might only do it for the YouTube side. Here, let me hook you up. Let me hook you up. Because it's, I can't figure out how to do it on that goddamn Twitch side. Here you go. It's because what he's trying to do is for the YouTube side. It's not for the Twitch side. But I dropped the link. It is both in the Twitch and the YouTube chat. The server's chill though. Everybody's pretty cool on it. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates. Or, an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame may behoove us to bid the company our last farewells and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure this is a sound suggestion? I'd rather take that bloody train instead. At least we won't remember what happened once it's over and done with. Battle Royale. So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations. Further research? Are you implying that you made modifications to the back door? A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference. How did you even make the time for research? Weren't you doing everything with us the whole time? LCA and Foss established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door. Damn, that's a mouthful. It can be quite random at times. A new wing? Are they looking to take over L-Corp's vacancy or something? Quite sharp, Gregor, but the direction of your intuition could be improved. It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp. W Corp. Is that so? Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more as of late, and I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Newspapers also featured op-eds regarding a possible management crisis at W Corp, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. I see. So they've been fugitively planning and preparing to take over W Corp's position as a wing. But to supplant a wing even before it falls on its own? Now that's certainly peculiar. They must have something, a scheme, perhaps in the works, and to ally with such ambitious parties is the headquarters looking to start a war of the wings? I, at this moment, am not privy to such details. Miss Aldous, we needn't make predictions in such rashness. Recall that W Corp has been mired in troubles both internal and external, having fallen to such desperation as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such violent pandemonium. For indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. Scientist mumbo jumbo. This whole damn thing is scientist mumbo jumbo. We got two of the smartest bitches in here talking, and then we got Alice just kind of brute forcing. What chat should I send Limbus pic to? The Limbus Chamble. That one. Limbus Chamble is the one you should send it to. Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another. A portal, if you will. Oh, so you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then? Not quite. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking. Or, in other cases, the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subject as they were traversing between doors. That's fucked up. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts. However, minimizing pentasection incidents. Most recent incidents have been limited to bisections. Bisection certainly is an improvement over pentasection. They both sound so equally awful to me. I would not behold mine own left and right shoe so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters. Well, well. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tell me that your bus life may have been too uneventful lately. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows, though. How tiresome. Now, off the bus. Fucking Virgilist. I will say, voicing all this shit is fucking hard. Because they're yapping. They're fucking talking. A lot. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way onto the unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines. And on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us. I low-key wish we could communicate with Roshinate, even if a little. Don's shoes frowned a little after Heathcliff's comment or some shit. Why didn't they do that? That would have been so cool. This is assistance from P-Corp. In the process of developing this device was indispensable. Wait, that means... in cohorts with young Caesar, are you? Holy day! Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of Contract's glorious completion, of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome, young Faust. Your concerns will be taken into account next time. Faust seemed relieved. Ah, worry thee not, for thou hast availed us the sights of Limbus Company headquarters. Thy tit hath been tatted for. There are numerous reasons for which you were yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not cover that subject here. Phew, huh? Glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture. The primary reason... Wrong voice. We gotta do Fossa voice, not Gregor's voice, goddammit. Okay, I send the picture in the chat. Okay, I'll look in a little. I once voiced an entire interval with my friends in one sitting. My voice died the next day. Yeah, I can't wait for my voice to be shot tomorrow. It's gonna be great. The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters, brought upon by frequent transnest movements and irregular scheduling of our missions. Why'd you say all that if you were gonna explain anyway? Wait, more importantly, what's that about collaborating with P Corp? Boy, here we go again. P Corp singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words. Expansive space warping technology. Oh right, didn't you say that Miss Tisara told you something about how the principle of P Corp's singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works? Right. La Mancha Land was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already make liberal use of different kinds of space expanding singularities? How should I put this? Isn't it a bit too mundane of a city tech for P Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing? That was quite the intelligent question. Compliments, how nice. Ishmael is correct in suggesting that technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. It's an example of such invention making use of this space expansion technology. But isn't a P Corp singularity would be Mephi. The ultimate purpose of P Corp's space expansion technology is to create the safest place in the world. Perfectly protected construct, its interior sheltered from the world outside no matter how severely its exterior is battered. To have a sound structural integrity no matter what. Its interior is safe from any and all harm. I love how I can almost swallow the flow. This conversation is not random mumbo jumbo for the sake of filler. It's because you're smart, Art, that's why. Therefore, the more expensive the P Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock. Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension. In conclusion, the exterior of this vehicle utilizes P Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all forms of impact. Not to mention that it has enough room to hold more than 13 people inside. Don't dimensional trunks or containers also transporting things to other dimensions? Sink? Why are you freezing up all of a sudden? There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school. Here's how it goes. So, a Devyat Association employee makes a delivery to a house and looks away for a second. And bro, this motherfucker's shaking. And the curious kid crawls into their carrier trunk and... I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where... Hey, come on. Sometimes a story is just a story. Not necessarily. Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmares was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story. Oh. Another example of space warping that's not P Corp is the corridors by the ring. The ring straight up has access to the back rooms. The ring. Several regulations were added to Hana and Devyat Association's rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers. From a certain perspective, it may be said that the warp technology employed by W Corp shares a degree of similitude. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, the difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner. Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate on the same scale. Anywho, the point is that we'll always have access to the headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right? This will certainly make the logistics of communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however. How does the company plan to move this instrument, as I expect that would be in much trouble on its own? Has that detail been hashed out yet? No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company headquarters, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. In summary, an efficient means of transportation, such as this vehicle here, developed using P-Corp and the aspirant W-Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city. In every nest? Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It is astronomically expensive to install and operate. Virgilus gave us a firm clarification. Activating now. Foss tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise. Wherefore that gate over yonder shuddering so? Energies now linked are routing toward that gate. When the gauge displays around the glowing door filled, the door began to slowly open. I feel like this, there's some translation issues in this one. I know I skipped it. Needed a break. When it fully opened, Foss made her way inside like it was just another door. Well, let's follow her inside. There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines coupled with a low droning noise. Yes, we have arrived. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. You hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time. It is the floor of the LCE department. LCE? Ha. Hopefully we'll get to probably striding through the HQ's front gate one day. Oh, it's got all the branding and shit. Hohenheim. Hohenheim. I forgot you streamed 2 days in a row. Oops. It's fine, dude. Could be. With PM, it's not uncommon. Yeah. True. Sloppenheimer. Why do you keep fucking saying Sloppenheimer? Alright, I'm taking a little... I need a voice break, okay? My shit is fucked because I'm the one yapping and not them.
내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
I'm assuming this is Hohenheim. Which is now an issue. Okay, it's fine. I'll bring this up later. Is Baddyheim my tired king? Oh, he does look like he's been through some shit. We're just not gonna say nothing. Right. Are we waiting for something to happen, or are we all suddenly unfamiliar with the concept of introducing ourselves? Given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of self-introduction. My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department. To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company. What the fuck, Foss? To be even more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Yisong and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. Someone must stay behind to continue this research, after all. Damn. No, Kaku, the Yisong idea is not based on Hohenheim. We just didn't say anything. Okay. Is this why Art was like, I want to draw this? Hi, remember me? Hi, Omar, I do remember you. Welcome in again. Gotenheim. Basically, the corridors of the Ring Syndicate have all entrances and exits connected to it in return. with some exceptions, I think. What the hell? It's kind of busted. Aha, so you two are friends. Well, it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label on this relationship. It could be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another. Damn, she hates that bitch. She don't like him. Oh, I'm late. I was hosting a workshop / custom moveset server. Got a migraine and stopped it. It's okay, dude. I am in agreement for the first time since we were acquainted. I hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup. Hohenheim, the commonly known father of Ryoshu. Hey, he could be a daddy. Look at him. He looks like he's been through some shit. You gonna play Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 or never? I don't know. If it goes on sale, maybe. I'm not paying $10 for Chapter 2, though. I don't think. The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail. Yes, I was very well aware. I am also quite aware of the fact that your department has been giving us that same reply over and over again, like an answering machine. And this must be Dante, the executive manager of the Limbus company Sinners. I'd like to say, hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose he can hear what I'm saying. The manager extends their greetings. Charmed, it is grueling and arduous work to be in a position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if my researchers and I are even speaking the same language, so I do commiserate. How odd. Their clothes are... Oh, this is a flame bitch. Oh, the lamp! Stinkenheim? Dante? Ah, yes. Allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alyssa, two of the few researchers directly in my command. Are they wearing gear extracted from abnormalities? But how? Happy to have someone who recognizes them. Are they like gears scavenged from former L Corp? While there are partial similarities to their gear, enough differences are present to distinguish them. Indeed, we attempted our own brand of extractions, successfully I might add. While the news of the production of Ego Gear in Limbus Company style was already received, this is the very first time they are observed in person. So you must have abnormalities contained in this facility. So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here. Huh. But I'm sensing distortions in Pekatula too. Indeed, as they are containment and research subjects for LCE department as well. Speaking of L Corp, I made your nugget, Kaku. Did you? Can I see it? Foss closely observed the Ego Gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest. Apart from a few imperfections in the finish, the level of ego extraction visible here is quite acceptable. Input appreciated. This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability. But at the end of the day, I did it, like I always do. You did it? Are you sure you want to take all the credit when your team is standing right behind you? I'll take an SS real quick, I'm drawing right now. Oh, okay. We're used to it. Oh, piss off. I'm going mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats. I'm just about ready to get violent on some poor bastard. Let's get on with the checkup so we can get back to the bus, yeah? I feel the very same urgency you express. There is much we must cover, regrettably, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since your employment. Boss also does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin. Very well. Our first task shall be to assess your abilities in response to emergency situations. Wait, he just pressed something. emergency situations. The walls of the laboratory suddenly started separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the sinners away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilus, and Kanan. What the hell? Is this just an ambush? Yes, it is. The purpose of this test is to measure your behaviors in response in case of a surprise attack, so ambush it is. Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilus? You look anxious, Dante. Well, I suppose you weren't let in on this either. I wasn't, for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante. So it goes, would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Kanan and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Foss once this is over. Kanan wants cake too. Oh hey, we've got some leftover cake from our last office party. Come this way, please. An employee appeared and led Virgilus and Kanan away from a nearby office room. Okay, so this is a regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. We just entered and they are also done already. They're very sassy today. I mean, after what happened in Kanto 7, can I blame them? Fuck no, I cannot blame them. I can't. I really cannot. Alright, so we're gonna... guard that. Who else is getting attacked? Dominating. She has yellow, so we're gonna do...
포위만 구축.
Heathcliff should just use a scary bear for him. We would solo all the bosses. Exactly. He's talking that shit. He needs to just turn into a bear. Get this shit done with. Damn, she... Fuck, she's good. Dude, why is her, stagger's kinda out of control. Guess many. What's wrong? What's wrong, cat? After I posted that pic. Okay. Give me a moment. She's got yellow again. This Ryoshu idea is so fun to use. It is. The skin's all white, so I couldn't make her tan. Let me see. It's okay. This is so cute, though. Oh my god. It's adorable. I haven't stopped using Syncings as trimmer since I got her, and I'm a bleed enjoyer. Oh, really? Who do you run for your bleed team? I did a bleed team for Kanto 7, of course. I did a bleed team. She does not have...
이미 입회 중입니다.
I want to use yellow, but I don't... Girl, I ain't got yellow. Right, potency.
이미
Motherfucker, why are you
배중입니다.
laughing?
제게 말을 거는
Okay.
건 룰 위반이죠.
I could technically.
포위망 구축. 적개체 무력화. 확인 사살.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Yeah, she's fucking insane. Alright.
회복 탄환을 쏠 이미 배중입니다. 제게 말을 거는 건 룰 위반이죠.
Zero base 5. Hero-ish slash Sheath, Bloodfiend, Merceau, Dawn, Grey Grodia, and Contemptrio. Oh, it's interesting. We love Blicky Shoe. Damn, Blicky Shoe? That's a pretty good name for her. Fucking Blicky Shoe. We love to see it. Oh, he kind of got a...
포위망 구축.
With how many unbreakable coins there are today, the team doesn't really come online unless you use Sanguine Desire 2 consecutive turns. Oh, I have to get that. Oh no, I don't have to get it. I got it. You're talking about the one for Rodeo, right?
여섯째.
Also, I had to refresh browser.
사물.
There we go.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
내 심장이
I mean, might as well.
잠깐 저릿해.
Although this is a general problem with bleed. I guess that makes sense. Sanguine Desire Rodeo is using the abnormality that I showed you the other day. Wait, what abnormality you showed me the other day? Hong, I'm old. I forgot. We're gonna turn into Wiesna.
포위망 구축.
The shoes that ask people to cut off their feet. Oh, that one! Oh, I'm dumb. My bad, homie.
완료.
Kong, I thought you loved Aldous. I can't believe you're cheating on her with Rodeo. Stop. Oh. Welcome in, Melting Love. Newt. Melting Love, why are you here? What is Melting Love? Is there something I need to know?
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
Ass blast!
무덤으로 돌아가라.
Oh, she stagger him?
좋아. 코이코이.
Koi.
지리멸렬.
Clear. Head ass.
자술시야 전개.
도록 달릴 시간이다.
Fuck
포위망
it.
구축.
Melting Love is an Aleph abnormality. Melting Love, are you ready for 10 limbillion red damage? Oh, We have Wi-Fi here. Got a phone too. Why does something melting have a phone and Wi-Fi? We went through various tests, including command ability trials using Pectula and Vide. Hark! Manager Esquire! Hi-ho! I have attained a score most perfect! To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge. Must I delve further in my studies? Hey, Yi-song, bud. They were testing our Fixer Association knowledge, huh? Totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough fixer fixation for the entire bus. All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. What's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes? How strong they look? Bloody hell, this ain't easy. Your leadership style is strong, decisive, and goal-oriented. You are Marcel? We were finally allowed to a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well. I'm immune to red damage? Melting Love is just some slime Kim Ji-hoon got paid to put in this game. What? Stop, you guys are fucking trolling. I would love to be melted by love. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, please. Melting love, love. Melting love, please, please. Next basic fitness test for all sinners. We can finally get started on the real meat of this checkup. Wait, then what were all those tests you guys are running on us? They were conducted in order to collect various data that the LC department has been missing. In other words, we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. Still, I'd say it was very productive. We now know a lot about you guys that'll help us support the LCB going forward. Alright, we're gonna go over some tests that can be conducted in groups first. Please form a line here. What? Like this? Let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us. Oh, they all look so cute! I'm not trolling. The D at the beginning of her name means it's a donor abnormality. There's donor ones?! Bro, he is tall as fuck. He is over 180. And then Rodya beats Honglu. And then it's Honglu. Where the fuck is, Oh no, him and Rodya are tied. I want to stand in front of Foss like that. Oh, I'm sure you do. She got the goddamn never mind. Wow, these are some comfy clothes they've given us. Right? I could totally see myself wearing these to sleep. To sleep? They're LC property, so you better return them as soon as we're done here. Gotcha. By the way, can you take a look at my wrist here before we actually get started? I've been feeling a bit of soreness there. Dante won't turn the clock for just me, you know? Turning of the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Perhaps Marcel can remedy your pain. I am always prepared to administer necessary aid should you request it. Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine now. Don't you worry. Please stand still. If you think I can't see some of you on your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. Art, please don't get lost in the slime. I'm almost as tall as Marcel. What? God damn, you're fucking tall. If that's how tall you are. God damn, Kong, what the fuck? I thought Rio was taller? I mean, she's an Asian woman. Sometimes I forget that's her height. Look at Dawn. Dawn! She's such a cute- her fucking head is up though. Her and Sinclair are the same height. They're the two shortest. Also crazy how when Ak became a goon character in the Project Moon universe, the Melting Love one, Gregor is our short king. Oh shit, Gregor's pretty short. You're right. Okay, where would I be? Where would Kaku be? Well, okay. Real life Kaku. Real life Kaku's very short. Merceau's only 6'2", I'm 6'1". God damn, you're fucking tall, Kong. Real life Kaku is 5'1" and a half. But my heels are on the ground. Hey. And, can you snuff out your cigarette before the test begins? Oh, this one isn't lit. It's just there so I can look cool. And what about bold, but scram? Okay, so the basic group tests are complete. LO, what measurements are we going off of? What do you mean? I seem to have forgotten something quite important I had to establish prior to beginning the test in earnest. I need an assistant. An assistant? I need an assistant to help me smooth out the test procedures. Like inches? Feet? Height? We're doing feet. Like, I'm 5'1" and a half. You got 2 of them already. Right behind you if you need directions. Oh, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers. Yes, I'm 5'1". Real life Kaku is 5'1". I'm short. I'm a short queen. Feet. Kong, look out for Aldous. Stop. Got the same height as Marcel here. Damn! Why are you guys fucking tall? Why are you guys so fucking tall? I'm 5'6"-ish. I'm cooked. Don't worry, you'll grow. You have time to grow. Yes, of course. There is that much of distinguishes between those 2 occupations. I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. Rhodia suddenly raised her hand. I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you've raised your hand, I'll give you the floor. Don't ask me to do it. It's just not my vibes, you know? I'll take a researcher job, though. I'm a big fan of her style. Rhodia trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes of one of the researchers. What are you doing? I didn't really have you in mind anyway, but duly noted nonetheless. I would also like to refuse your nomination. The position of an assistant at Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting. She is his #1 fucking hater. Again, I didn't have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciated. I wonder who came up with this brilliant idea of putting 2 smart artists together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes. If I were to talk about myself, I want to be open by saying that I was a class vice president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the task of the class president and what's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? You fellas actually want to be his assistant? Getting in front and center of things is just bothersome, you know? I kinda felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason. Well, the decision has already been made. Do note that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. The one who will become his assistant will shock you. It's me. You there, orange-haired sinner. Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. Ugh. Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware, if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry as long as I'm by your side. Also, can I add this experience to my resume if I ever get a chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters? Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope. I called on you to ask you to move, because you were standing in front of the center I chose. Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absentmindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose. Bitch, what? Huh? Me? Huh? Me? It seemed that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like... It is a common misconception among many researchers. to assume that the higher their level of education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes a research project participant. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research? However, were you aware that most great discoveries are made from a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? A perfect descriptor for a friend here, I would say. What say you, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive, passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualifications to command and lead them in my stead. Is that right? He replied, scratching his head. What the fuck? LCE is going to get a Bakgak? LCE? Is that the next one? No, that's not the next one. Base stink male hater. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ishmael. Be honest now, Yisong. You were kind of looking forward to getting picked, weren't ya? It is but fate that things were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of the bygone days must rightly excuse themselves to the realm of memories and past. Yisong replied with a particularly downcast look. Honey, you are the absolute best. Don't look like that. I am glad to have you on board as my new assistant. Righty-ho. So, what have I got to do now? Nothing too complicated. You only need to liberally express your free spirit, just as you are now. The intervallo you're in is LCE. I thought it's LCB. Regular checkup, I thought. I know it's getting an intervallo, though. I'm a week early. Also welcome in, Worker Gene. Now I see what he's doing. Hohenheim sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. Martin whispered quietly at me in a voice that only I could hear. This is a fucking mistake.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목, 애를 전부 채웠군.
My throat hurts.
방지할 사고도
I prefer my
해야
ice
할
crushed.
뒤처리도.
Like the really crunchy ice. Oh, my throat? My throat is gonna be jacked tomorrow. Y'all, I think Minnie shitted herself. It smells like death. Yeah, it smells like death. Ice cream, they say. But if I can have Faust and Aldous at the same time, you can. You absolutely can. I love to get Gregorheim, but Walpurgis left me with 97 lunacy and not a singular ego shard box. I'm sorry. Did you pull anything good, at least? Yeah, the cat smells like she's dying, okay? Don't get on this. Mini stink bomb part. It's bad. Heathcliff seemed eager to, as Hohenheim had suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities. Right, you there. Get in line. Single file, lads. Let's make this easy for all of us. But aren't you also participating in the test with the rest of us, Heathcliff? Yeah, but I'm the assistant. Oh my god. Since when do you wear glasses? Glasses are basic apparatuses of all researchers. Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to get on the air of a studious, learning individual. A learned individual, like so. Just like how slightly pushed up the frames of my glasses while wondering what we have for lunch makes it seem as though I am contemplating on the more profound aspects of life. Oi, let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. Snuff out that cig in your mouth. Been a while since I heard a pig squeal. Blimey, can't you just do as I say for once? Huh, he's actually pretty effective. Nerd. It seems that we are now ready to conduct the test, finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see, on a physical level, how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring. I see. So they're trying to see how much they've progressed since before they joined the company? Glass push, LMAO. Yeah, I got the Rio ID, which is what I wanted. She's my favorite center. I always max out her IDs and ego the first day they come out. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you got her then. Heathcliff, you is not a scientist. Tell him. Me when I use the word. What? I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the words progression caused a rather loud ruckus among the sinners. If I were to speak for myself, executive manager, I can confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being. Thus, as a fruit of those efforts, I have grown to be much more precise and scathing in my critiques of others' mistakes. Is that progress, though? Perhaps I have learned to let certain thoughts rest in favor of others. I once allowed myself to be trapped in overlong ruminations on worries of all manners, idly abiding as I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now, I have come to accept the certain things as they are. Oh. And I've come to sometimes allow my mind to form, bereft of rigorous reason. Floating away gently, as though on a rolling stream. Is that not quite pleasant? Okay, I guess that is progression of sorts. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger, too. Ooh. Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Well, you don't really have to try to prove it to us, because the enemies we're fighting have been getting stronger, too. That's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. A brutal year, yet so potent with significance. True. I guess growth really does come with time, huh? Right. I feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like glue. Like glue, huh? I like it. A certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with this uplifting exchange of heart-to-hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. Equally defanged. In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the, to the same general level as our 11th sinner here. Why am I your point of reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like glue, then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words. Oi, take that back. I take it back. So you're not really that much stronger than I am, huh? Wow, Sink. Is that the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering into the ether? That's it, you bloody... Excuse me, I need to know why that happened. Did we all get depowered because of the golden bow? Wait, does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante? Indeed. One of the powers of a golden bow is connection. You are now all fairly evenly and equally mediocre. Hohenheim's comment and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. Think of it as something akin to Kulothoth deterrence employed by the Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. This is why I grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined this company. Art thou implying that thou hast always known? Of course. Had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. You wipe floors with doormats? This dumb bitch. You would... Okay. The golden stink meal. I love how they're all just shit-talking each other. Man, we're all so prone to saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone, huh? So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. Didn't really have anything to do with my heart, after all. Gregor. Oi, what's the use of all this chatter? What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of the lad. But I got calluses on my palms. Yet, not all of the Golden Bow's effects must have been of detriment to us. Yisong started, carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the advantages granted to us by the Golden Bow impaled in the pallid whale of the Great Lake by which we triumphed? What? Really? Correct. Had the pallid whale been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we may have still been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it can be said that the diminishing effect was not applied in equal measure across all affected subjects. That makes sense, I guess. I never could have knocked Heath out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a real handy trick, you know? Additionally, certain individual quirks cannot be suppressed by the Golden Bow. Certain quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies. Ooh, so that explains Ryoshu's impressive blade work with Mr. Bumble back at the T-Court factory. Heh, won't waste my breath boasting. You never do anyway. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the average must have risen as well. One of the purposes of these tests is to measure that very difference. So what exactly goes into these tests? I know there's a district that uses a machine that can analyze most aspects of the subject, the quick scan. So is it going to be something like that? Bumbleback? There are dozens, if not hundreds of ways to determine one's abilities without the assistance of machinery. In fact, I know of a perfectly appropriate methodology for this group. A perfectly appropriate methodology. We spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each test for each center of the LCB. That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know. Tailored tests for each center, huh? I don't really like the sound of that, if you ask me. We'll utilize the Pecatula and the distortion phenomenon. That doesn't sound much like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown. Right? Honestly, for all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. Assistant? Alright, that's enough chatter. Now get in there. They're assholes. They're assholes. They're so sassy. Sassy little assholes. Alright, before I do this... give me a second. I'll be back. Give me a second. Okay, alright, sorry. Oh shit. I cannot use them to borrow somebody. I'm so sorry for lunacy. When you claimed yours, I automatically clicked the tab to pull. Heim is a community fave, by the way. I mean, he's interesting. Who should I play? Pinky? Who the fuck is Pinky? I'm literally growing the factory. Whatever the hell that means. The two poison? This? This is not poison. Oh! Oh, here we go. And then the only dude I have, I mean, I only have Lord of Hong Wan, so it's just gonna have to fucking work. Let's see. First one on the blocks. Heathcliff had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. Every time I draw, I get stronger. The House of Spiders, Sinclair, not that fucking short. What? What an unfamiliar sight. Right. You and you there, inside now. Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed toward Hong Lu and Sinclair. I just noticed Heathcliff has 3 finger IDs. Really? Hello. 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through? As you must be well aware by now, the Pecatula are entities that have failed to even distort. It seems like we'll be fighting the Pecatula again. Oh, right. I have a question. It's something that's been nagging at me the whole time since I arrived. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means that they don't pose any danger to anyone. Why is he being such a bleeding heart all of a sudden? Oi, we've been slaughtering countless scores of those sods, so what's the holdup now? Yeah, but we didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission, and... Do you believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking life for the sake of it? I do. I understand. It seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite.
Oh, shit!
Save for a few exceptional individuals. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kiki Day. The move here, YouTube has a bit of a... Yeah, YouTube is greatly delayed. But welcome on this side. Okay, people are prone to misplacing memories even from yesterday. So, who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are? This group you lead. Given the expected communication difficulties between us, allow me to make this a multiple choice question. 1 family, 2 friends, 3 colleagues. I guess they're closest to colleagues? Dante says 3 colleagues. Honglu was practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. He must have heard us talking. Honestly, it sucks because it's either ad block or no delay. Yeah. Incorrect. It's none of the above. The truth is that they are sinners. Not family, not friends, not colleagues. Prisoners. I know. Huh, but the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their places when the going gets easy, when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of timely meals to be a certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful. These sinners, bound to Limbus Company, are still fettered by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. Or, it would be easier for you to accept that fact if I were to suggest that you consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities. I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like... Translations are unnecessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room. Dante, when you agreed to the contract, you must have made a deal of sorts to gain something to your benefit. Am I correct? Your memories, your head, and your past. There must be so much that you would like to know, and perhaps your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. Yes, Minnie. And I'm pretty sure the delay is due to the streaming app she uses might have bad compatibility with YouTube. It's Restream. I mean, I don't necessarily think it has bad compatibility. It might just honestly just be the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. What I mean to say with this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually... Yes, this is his usual demeanor. Hello, I know I'm not one to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. While the combatants do what they do, please pay attention to the following presentation about the Pecatula projected onto this glass panel. Hello, when you see me, welcome in. Restream, more like stink stream. The delay leaves a comedic timing for real. It does. Hey. You little shit beast. This lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge, so if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average. Damn.
Watch your profanity.
Minnie did shit, so... You hear her yelling? This is her after shit yell. All this material seems quite elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about this. Yeah, save that for when the lecture actually starts. As you must already know, there are 7 categories of Pecatula, and as far as I am aware, the highest stage of Pecatula you observed was in stage 3, so far at least. Wherefore didst thou utter a little muttering of, so far at least, at the end of thine words, good sir? Sharp. Well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say. So you're not ruling out the possibility that we might be running into Pecatula beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed, we prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations. Anyway, the first type of mini Pecatula to be covered today is Pecatula irae, red Pecatulum of wrath. The nature of fire is to burn and burn until there is nothing left to be burned. I see. They're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you express something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body. On the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Hong Liu. That's because the realization of meaninglessness extinguishes the reason for the spark to start a fire. Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bully me, Expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay, I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toes, but what exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Funny about Gregor's new ideas that is coming. What? I don't get that. First and last time that someone is calling Don sharp. People who fail to distort manifest ego are failures and should be eradicated and made fun of. That's fucked. Oh, apparently you set your latency to normal high. Did some surface level research, but there is a way to fix the YouTube latency. Oh. Maybe I could fix it then. Oh dear, this part is hell. Lovely. Yes, that is exactly how it is. Let's fucking get it. How do I use this motherfucker?
열었을.
It's Mr. I'm gonna reuse my counter 3,000 times. Alright, what do I do? Okay, turn start. At 25 plus poise, change the skill to swerve. Gain 8 poise once per turn, gain plus 2 once per turn, and breakable turn. What? Let me highlight my message.
피로 다스리지.
You gotta draw his sword 1,000 times to become the strongest swords master. Oh god. So you use defense skill to get poison. He gains a lot of poison. When he reaches 20 potency, he gets a special thing, and every time he gets poison potency, he gains count with his battle passive. There's also discrepancies. Every time he draws a sword, he becomes 6.9 times more powerful. S1 builds count. Alright, so we gotta use the defense skill. S2 uses his special effect to reuse coin. Okay.
피로 다스리지.
Damn. Why are we spamming this shit? Bro, random dude's gonna get banned. Using it, he gains up to 50 shield from the effect and 20%. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put all my shit on a cooldown. Mind you, the only time it ever needs to go on a cooldown is because random dude is being a fuck ass. S1, S2, and then defense skill. Okay.
한 번의 손으로 열었을.
Oh. Defense S2, S1. Alright. Hold on, I gotta reset the shit. Alright. Defense. This one. And what team do you even use? Pink Claire? He's heavy on plays, he gains crit damage up.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다. 친히 목을 떨궈주마. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 감로 확보. 이엇. 한 번의 손으로 열었을.
So, okay, what should I do with him now? Like, out of curiosity. Like... try to get what?
짐승들의
Okay.
재갈. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 오르타 검의 길에 한 걸음 더 가까이.
Okay, so we're at 21 poise. So...
한 번의 손으로 열었을.
click on them, passives. But unless this unit's staggered or part broken, take 50 less percent. Oh, wait, what? What's wrong? I'm confused. What's the issue? Does evade gives count? Okay. So if he's at 21, right? He's at 21 right now.
열었을.
Should I do his evade? How the fuck do I do the evade? Hold on. It's a 25 potency. It switches to evade. Oh, okay. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
시연합니다. 친히 목을 떨궈주마.
Excess poise potency is useful from to above 25.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 검로 확보. 이연.
Oh shit.
검로 확보.
Oh, he. Yeah, I don't want him to use that. Hey, yo, guess what? What? J-Mike Games. Also, welcome back. I'm just using shit. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't want him to... I don't want him to use this skill 3.
제가를 풀겠다. 이연.
Fuck.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Let's just say it's wild how I hunted him in a single pull. Oh, you got wild hunt? Okay, so is it fine if I use this or no? Or should I save this? You can? Okay. Nothing is stopping you? Okay. Uses S2, S3, and S1. Okay. S2. S3. S1.
짐승들의 제가를 풀겠다.
You want his passive online? Okay, gotcha.
몸소 보여주지. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Mr. Coin
고작 이
reviews.
정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Lucky in 8 turn 7. Why? Fuck.
한순간
Oh.
반짝이는 틈새를 베어.
Shit. My bad, Sinclair. My bad. I'm gonna have to level that ID. Shit.
시연은
God damn.
어떠셨나요? 소생은 나름의 소득을
He
얻었다고
was not fucking
생각합니다만
around. Okay.
이들의 수급을 들고 돌아가 주인님을 팬다면
Remember skill reuse from
어쩌면
Canto 6 to say I
이번에야말로
don't actually.
지혜 성의 이름을 입에 올리실지도.
How will carry that
모르겠군요.
EX to the Len? Oh, did he? The fiery Pekatolam? Oh! I remember those bastards. Hey! I should borrow the bee. Should I borrow the bee? Still don't like him. Bump clear. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm gonna level her. This team is fine, just run it. I'm curious about the bee. I'm curious about how busted he is. Oh, I forgot I had thumb capo. Kaku, wanna use my beamer so? I'm using somebody's. I don't know whose. There's a lot of power clearing. Also just burn assist. I honestly have no idea about his numbers. Girl, me neither. Is this the fucking, I like this one.
의로움을 세우기.
투입 준비를 원하신다면.
I will say I'm not super thrilled to be using this grader. It's okay. It's fine.
제한 명령 지역으로 이동.
This is just kind of like a, hey, you should probably level some IDs or like figure out your good IDs. Next up, you three. Let's get in there. Inner voice will do, bud. I can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Now, let us discuss Pecatulum pigritia, sloth. Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is to them. They are directionless and unmoving, completely surrendered to inertia. They are trapped in their current lot in existence until someone else comes along to roll them away. Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. Peon. Oh. B is count and peon, killing fodder. Oh, okay. Thumb is more focus damage. It is effective to live within the bounds of rigidly established routines. Getting lumped in with these two is making me feel real self-conscious all of a sudden. Like I'm just some lazy incompetent. Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. It's peon. Yeah, the peon. P-E-O-N. It's okay. I was like, huh? What is peon? I'll admit, I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet. Charging alone into dangerous poses. Too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance. Oh, the music is freaking bopping.
제
Okay.
무기는 육체적
How do I play
손상만을
this
위해
motherfucker?
설계되었으니 정신력 회복을 위한 직원을 찾으셨다면 다른 직원을.
He's just yapping. I like having options for the same archetype on one center, TBH. That's fair. These really easy. It's just use move, really. Consume spore. Okay, so just basically shoot at shit.
상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없군.
He gains a reload on S3 and evade.
개의치 않고 말씀을.
The Immersaw is a demon. If he hits square on his enemies, it will nuke their HP. They better leave Grigor alone. This man ain't shit right now.
필중의 의지만 있다면
이 또한 용서할 테니.
Damn. Okay.
군락의 방을 목표로.
Well, he's not getting hit.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리.
It's such a shame you got here now. If you were a little later, this would be fully voiced. I know. I
군락의
know.
방을 목표로.
It was poor timing. Also welcome, and I made it now.
영원히 잠들어라.
I don't know if I'll finish this though. Truthfully, I don't know if I'll finish this tonight. It's a possibility I won't. So I'm not like too heartbroken, and if I don't finish it tonight, that just means it'll partially be voiced the next time I pick it up.
절침탄.
Alright. Again, he is being heavily targeted.
개의치 않고 말씀을.
S3.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
That is nice.
피를
Feels really satisfying to use. Yeah, it does. Damn, why are they all attacking his ass?
필중 의지만 있다면
Greg has aggro. Yeah, I know.
틈을 끊어.
I always forget he's a fucking tank. It's such a weird concept to me.
트랜지션 첫번칸 임상시험 성공.
Damn. It's a little excessive. Oh,
여유탄 횟수.
alright. Let's, okay.
필중에
Here comes a
의지만
mountain.
있다면
Why? What's gonna happen? Damn, he guarded that shit. How he used defense to counter his block because it makes him take no damage at all. What are you talking about? I love Priest Gregor TBH. A lot of people don't like running him, but I still do. Can't play without him. He was very nice. I will say, like, he was a nice introduction, like, into, I guess, tanks for me. Also, why am I doing that? I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. Look at the mountain HP. The fuck is the mountain? What about the HP? Barely any damage. Uh-huh.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
틈을 끊어. 바로.
피를
대상 확인, 철침탄, 트렌치샷, 착화탄, 임상시험 성공.
Damn, I guess it really didn't matter, did it?
불가 위약. 이제 깨우치시게.
That's a dead bitch. Okay, so B Salt will be leveling you too, Buki. We will be leveling B Salt and
경미한
Pinky.
손실을 제외하면
Pinky,
완벽에 가까운
Pinky Claire.
지압이었습니다. 이제 말씀하셨던 야근을 속히
어이, 알후가 탈출했다.
That scared the fuck out of
팀장이
me.
나설 차례로.
다음에는 류슈 팀원에게도 육체적 타격이 가능한 무기의 승인을 검토해 주십시오.
Pekatulum blocking, get it to 3 protection each, which your damage will be cut in like 60. I mean that's fine. He got his ass whooped though.
복제팀의 협조가 필요한 거지.
와일드 헌트야.
Seems like you can run your standard sinking team. Yeah, that just so happened to pan out. Next up is Gluttony. Roots of plants dig through the dirt in search of nutrients. What distinguishes them is, however, that they are not satisfied with satiation alone. The roots continue to grow, seeking increasingly greater supply of nutrients. Hang on a minute, what's this? Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked up at Hohenheim and shouted, "Are we really going to do this song and dance for each and every one of these Pekatulum? Why don't we lump them together like how you've paired up us sinners?" Ha, running low on patience already. Only simpletons would make such a basic suggestion. It's standard protocol, in case you weren't aware. I am also unhappy about this process, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we're told for the sake of proper test results. You make a valid proposition. What? Very well. I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Pekatula one by one, especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, Assistant. Huh? What? Really? Aren't you the one who suggested it? We didn't have to fight them one by one anyway. Then why didn't we do this from the start? Because testing them one by one yields a more accurate result. Studies suggest that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once. I see, but I say the benefits of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why don't we proceed as planned? Bloody hell. Just let it go, yeah? Yeah, Otis, come on. It's very carelessness is why. I think we can risk a 0.06% greater margin of error, right? Indeed, it is sometimes necessary to prioritize efficiency over the pursuit of perfection. I will abide by the executive manager's judgment. Very well, then allow me to explain Pekatula morositatis, whatever the fuck, Bloom, as well. Have you ever immersed yourselves in deep waters? Quite easy to sink to the depths, no? However, the deeper one sinks, the harder does it become to rise again. Pressure suffocates you from all directions, no matter how much you thrash around, desperately looking for something to grab onto. All you find is futility, such as gloom. I suppose one of the few benefits of working for this company is that its constant motion gives you no time for such emotions to drag us down, especially now that I have some level of confidence that they might actually keep their end of the contract. Ooh, sounds like a disagreement's brewing. Even after I've joined the bus team, I still feel like I'm floundering deep in some ditch, you know? Though I'm only here because I want to be here, but still. Are you sure you're in that ditch by choice? Maybe you just don't know how to rise to the surface again. And I don't appreciate hearing that from someone who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Well, it's all ready now. In you go. You too, Assistant. You aren't exempt from the test. Huh? Me too? Perfect timing. I've been getting a bit tired of all this mental exercise. Right then, let's wrap this up quick. Before Malphos, this mountain was cooking everyone due to the production, and also because you have Mal Rupture for Rupture, which is why the mountain's very easy for you. Because if you play it much later than all of us, which you got it off easy while we were fighting for our lives. I mean, shit, I'm sorry. Rerun of this Intervallo next week? God, no. Also, welcome in Armageddon. Even more banter than usual in this Intervallo. Yeah, it's kind of, like, it's weird. Not, like, weird in a bad way. It's just weird in, like, a... Oh, like, that's interesting. Why are we shooting the shit? Oh, she's using Discount Rupture. Insane use the special statuses they have. At 1 stack inflict damage equal to this unit's current HP against the enemy with the least HP, then die reduced by 1 at end turn. Okay. Gain 1 HP healed boost every 2 turns, max 5. Gain 1 damage up and 1 clip. Fuck! Fucking bitches. Oh, that shit made him lag a little bit. You had one in Sinclair Hong Leash too? Oh! You just went through it too quickly. That's fair.
억제 성공. 진짜. 격발. 적개체 무력화.
Oh, good job.
확인 사살. 전술 시야 전개. 오제트의 눈으로.
If you took too much time on the peons, you would gain too much burn potency, and the counter reuse would proc 3 times, not to mention the contact burn you took. Oh,
확인 사살.
that would have been bad.
나도 지킬 게 많거든.
찢어 놓아주마.
That would have been real bad.
포위망 구축.
And to gave you burn pot at start equal to the O.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
풍속에서
진짜 격발. 전술 시야 전개.
You're sinking the sinking.
오젝트의 눈으로. 날카롭고 정확하게. 지키기 나도 지킬 게 많거든.
Alright, let's fuck it up.
날카롭고 정확하게.
없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주지.
적개체 무력화. 확인 사살.
Alright, this big bitch. I hate this one in particular. It's fair.
날카롭고
Bug.
정확하게.
Behold a goddamn whale of glue. Bug, huge bug. It's like a little roach. Little roachy bitch.
찢어 밝혀주마.
Gross motherfucker.
지키기 위해서. 전술 시야 전개. 오젝트의 눈으로.
Not a problem for Rhodia? Nah. It's never a problem for a girl, Rhodia.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Siri has a better mod than I am. Why? Did it get someone? I'm getting the itch again. I might have to draw out as you're addicted, Kong. That uptie 4 was worth it. Hell yeah, it was. Oh fuck, she got that thing's ass. Steamrolled. Steamrolled that bitch. Totus. She shreds. Yeah, she's fucking cracked. She's probably my favorite ID.
그 환상체 이제 가을을
You got a
밀어줄
viewer
나이가
bot thingamajig?
없어졌지?
Oh, cool.
다시 관리를 맡겨주실까?
Oh, we got the twins.
가시죠. 녹슨 총에 날카롭지 않은 화살초. 가시죠. 화투패 1패 의뢰인가요? 채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
Otis playing Toto. What? Well, they weren't too much trouble. Next up's you two. Get in there. With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess? ST. What? She wants to switch teams. Really now? What's your problem this time, Ryoshu? You dulled your harpoon. Your dulled harpoon doesn't interest me. Damn. It's dulled so much that I doubt I can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I'd much rather watch that blood fiend fight again. Thou speakest of me? That's, 'tis quite the pickle. Oi, she wants to switch teams. Is that alright? Of course not. You heard the man. Let's go. I'll admit that my harpoon's not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises. I'm swapping you out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself. Lass, I thought I'd been clear enough on this. Switching teams ain't a thing. Pecatorum super by pride. Hohenheim drowned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in his world. Wheels. Symbol of technology and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel in its boundless pride rolls on and on in search of the perfect circle. I skipped the rest of that. Sorry. He's just fucking blabbing, it don't matter. Yet, it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends, nor the grass it tramples in its path. Isn't that just confidence, not pride? You can't get anything done by just sitting idly in place. One must even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It oft claims trailblazers or those who have never tasted failure. Someone like you, Hohenheim? Well, that certainly is a perspective. Next up is luxury, lust. Moving on just like that, The meaning of Pecatulum luxury lust is not exactly what it says on the 10. A more illustrative description would say that it is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms the self, a desire to propagate, to breed. Of course, there is more to this concept than just that. While the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited to the carnal understanding, to share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invent others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself, you seek to express that such things are lust as well. Not bad. I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. There never is any dead air. Admit it, Heathcliff. All of that flew right over your head, didn't it? Why even ask? Unnecessary. Shut up and get in there. That too. Syncing may be off-brand rupture, but the IDs feel way more fun. Is it really considered that? You're gonna draw Alice in a dress? What kind of dress though? Wait, did they already? Oh, I love the explanation of lust in Limbus. It's interesting. It's not just sex. Carnal just desire. Sex. It's not just like, you know, just that. And I think that's nice. I think that's nice. This big bitch. We'll see what happens.
파고들 시간이다.
Since I already put your
Chan
efforts into the
Woo.
world pretty much. Yeah. Like, leaving a piece of yourself,
태어난 곳으로
but too much can push them away. Like their S1s.
사물. 앵화. 자. 하. 사물. 앵화. 좋아. 코이코이.
Koi koi. I'm not gonna use a damn ego skill. Yeah, I should just shoot at this bitch.
파고들 시간이다. 잔무에. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
It's literally the bear version of themselves, fleshy body giving a part of themselves, the hands that show up when their face opens up, and the act of doing so forcefully pushing them away. When the hell does that happen? The thing with rupture is that the damage it deals is not mitigated by resistances, making it more consistent. Oh,
코이코이.
might be over under analyzing. Might be. There's nothing wrong with, like, you know, analyzing this sort of stuff. I'm just gonna. It's because I don't wanna I don't wanna use
짝패군요.
for shit. Specifically when it comes to PM, overanalyzing is fun. The attacks they do, they open their face. Do
살고자
they?
하는 모든 것들과 함께.
Oh, you're okay. I was like, I
무덤으로
thought you were talking about the
돌아가라.
fucking sinners. But you're talking about the Pecatulum. Okay. It's Pecatulum. Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm trying to say.
파고들 시간이다. 잔무에. 삼코. 사물. 앵화.
Okay, well the one's dead, at least.
당신 짝패군요. 좋아, 코이코이. 올인이었나요? 3월 앵화.
Okay. That wasn't too bad, was it?
도박장째로 의뢰를 냈다 싶더니 이렇게나 밑장 빼는 놈들이 한가득일 줄이야. 아, 한 달은 의뢰 없이 놀아도 되겠는데요? 사무소 노놨네.
How many more do I have? I have no idea how to properly use Hanafuda-ish when she has multiple slots. Yeah, I don't know either. I just try to use the colors that, you know. I just be doing shit. You feel me? Is there a dungeon? Is there a dungeon for this one? Yes. Fuck. Okay. Not finishing this tonight, just by the way.
이번에도
Maybe I'll
지령의
stop with
뜻은
this one.
본인과 같군.
Index duo, yeah. Verily nigh. Verily, nigh is the time for young Yisong and I to face the test. The nature of our trial shall take form as peccatula invidiae. I assume that we all have a first-hand experience with static shocks. Oh? Doth static shock have aught to do with envy? Anyone who's been subject to both static shock and the envy of others must know that the latter stings in the same manner as the former does. I ill comprehend thine explanations. Ah, I see. To explain in plainer example, Miss Don Quixote, you have always been fond of and held a great respect for the illustrious color fixers, am I correct? Verily, I should be second to none were my passion for them to be measured. Now, imagine yourself at a convention of sorts, in which the said illustrious color fixers are holding an event to disseminate their autographs, and imagine that you are part of the excited queue. Oh, indeed, I have mentally placed myself there. Proceed. Yet, in great misfortune, the event comes to a close mere moments before you were to receive your autograph. Alack for woe! Fate played such cruel jest on my pitiful soul. Now, do imagine what sort of emotion would you feel for the fellow fan who received the final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours, ere the chance was robbed. Well, 'twould be quite the jealousy burning within mine heart, a painfully tingling sensation in my... Oh? My, you certainly enjoy explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scholars are kindred spirits, after all. You two, quit the chinwag and get in there. Verily, then onward to a new adventure. Then I shall follow. Kim Jong and the Dunt, really? Just using these two as hella fun. I've not used her, so I don't really...
마법의 삐삐님이 전해주는 지령의 해석이 조금...
Desire for acknowledge. Okay, basically just hit the shit that's marked. But I can't see if this motherfucker's marked. That's the problem. I don't think she should be attacking him. Yeah, she's better off fighting her fucking self.
예측할 수 없게.
I don't like her rolls.
결정. 해군.
Oh shit.
좋아. 지령에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
Maybe let's not use that. Now you like him? Is she gonna stay in this farm?
예측할 수 없게.
Okay, cool.
모아몽 중.
Please stay in this farm. Okay, cool. Thank you. I need him to at least get like a hit, you know.
예측할 수 없게.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
차. 차.
Oh, okay.
흔들렸군.
Okay, get it. Fuck. Oh, okay. There's so much going on.
미래를 과거와 같이.
Oh, he is staggered. Y'all, they're fucking him up.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을 내기 심장이 아비규환.
That was okay. Okay.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만 아직 기약은 없구려.
Mindless
그렇다면 여전히 난
free. Yeah, that Index combo made that so much. That was yeah. She deals so much damage even when the enemy has resist. I was like, what the fuck is she doing? It's like insane. Price of Curiosity. Cannot deploy, so I can't use her. Can use him.
가시죠. 독재팀의 협조가 필요한 거지. 녹슨 총에 날카롭지 않은 화살초.
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면.
문을 열 시간이
원하신다면
군주가 나선다.
I'm gonna get support for B-Salt, just in case. What else? We'll see what happens. Wrong decision mark? What do you mean? What happened? I'm confused. What? I'm confused. What happened?
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면.
It's a quote. Oh. That fucking scared me.
의로움을 세우기 위해서.
군주가 나선다.
They don't trust me. Oh.
원하신다.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주죠.
와일드 헌트야.
Fuck, I think I have an idea. The foundation that led to this disaster was laid by none other than Yisong, whose only sin was making an innocent, tragically casual comment, sometime after we ran our final test. Please vacate the room, people. Clean up coming through. Apologies. Miss Don Quixote has ought to. Prithee, avail me but a moment. The shoelaces upon Roshinate have come undone. We're gonna have to fucking fight her. What? How? I remember tying like 7 different knots on your shoes. Yet 'twere quite the hideous access sorry to be forced within Roshinate. We've tied one of them once again in the shape of a ribbon. Yeah, the knots didn't look that great. Ribbons are cute. You dumb bitch. Oh boy. Yet one must begin to wonder about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote freeing her feet from Roshinate at her present state. Huh? Whatever art thou suggesting? Roshinate is none other than mine eternal steed, bound to me by fate itself. None shall ever dare sever the bond betwixt us. It was a query posed toward Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. And Faust's reply was that what set fire upon that rather combustible foundation, I cannot know. What? An obvious outcome, given that no relevant data has ever been collected. Well then, no time like the present to get collecting, huh? Good thing we're in a lab too, or else are we gonna get another chance to do that? I'm fucked. This course of action is highly inadvisable. Yeah, sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happen on that train the moment her shoes came off. Sure did. But that's... 'Twas but an independent decision called by Roshinate itself due to certain extreme circumstances that had naught to do with mine will. Well, you know, potato. I was already quite aware of that quarter of that individual may as well lie in her pair of running shoes. Fie, on me! Thou shan't treat a person such as I like some useless shell. What if we slipped her shoes off and on again, really quickly? Standards here at the LCE department demand precise measurements. In other words, these tests would be meaningless if all we are measuring is a hollow shell. A hollow shell? We have indulged your predictable provocations enough, Hohenheim. It seems necessary to remind you that you have not yet received the full report of what transpired during that incident. In other words, you are risking the occurrence of an unexpected event. You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construction of my laboratory boasts, or rather something, I don't fucking know. Not even abnormalities on the more powerful side of things can puncture holes in its walls. Oh, very well. I will not force your hand. However, due to your unwillingness, I am behooved to record as such in my research journal. Due to the concerned sinner's utterly terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only a half-complete test result here. Utterly terrified? Terrified? And for your information, these research reports are stored for at least a decade. Yes, we will have possession of a full record of your plain cowardice for at least 10 years. Outcome NA. Reason. Subject was too scared to participate. After much contemplation, I have come to conclude that dearest Roshinate deserveth a moment of respite as well. And I, Don Quixote, shall demonstrate before thee that Don Quixote is Don Quixote in her core still, without Roshinate's assistance. Are you sure this is a good idea, Faust? Hohenheim, If your employment at Limbus Company ever comes to a unilateral termination, I suppose the cause will be rather apparent. Your highly irresponsible level of curiosity. Not a good idea. Got it. That would be my greatest honor as a researcher. Hey, if anything ever goes wrong, Yisong will be on the ready to slip those shoes right back onto your feet at a moment's notice, okay? I shall be on the ready. Behold me not with such excessive anticipation all. There shouldn't be any new revelations here. Don Quixote begins to untie her shoes, seething. Please. Rage bait at its finest. What if her feet just smell really bad? I'd rather that. This 7th layered knot poseth quite the difficulty, young Ishmael. Wherefore hast thou tied these cords with such unwavering tightness? I was hoping they'd be the last knot those shoelaces would ever tie. Of course, there we go. Rest thee well, Roshinate. For I... Oh, here we fucking go. The sinners and I were all quite nervous, but none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it because we thought we knew removing Roshinate doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be losing control? Because we saw its effects on the warp train and at La Mancha Land? Or was it because we assumed that Roshinate was now just a disguise, and now that Don Quixote has accepted her past to Sancho, removing it wouldn't affect her psyche at all? Whichever was the case, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know what facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the second kindred is like. We do. Mother. Oh, Mother. Our existence is death in perpetuity. Complete us. Fill our hunger. We pray unto you. Fill us with the blood of humans. With the blood of humans. The teeming, shouting voices suddenly begin to echo in my head. They're the voices of all the children he had embraced. Or perhaps this was the blood fiend's instinct given voice imprinted upon them at the moment of their birth. Proliferate this disease, embrace this unending hunger for blood, and propagate the family. So many voices, so much yearning, so much desire. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote. Oh, dearest mother, as your children, when shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood? I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood. All the blood that the family deserve to drink. I must... Dante, wake up! Ain't this a lot like the last time that building when the fire on their head suddenly exploded? I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirsty. This doesn't make any sense. I'm okay. I'm okay now. What did you see, Dante? If we want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quench her thirst somehow. We need something to sate the combined thirst, the desire of every single kindred. It's not good. You keep any blood in here? Let's at least try to quench what's... yeah, we have some blood samples if you need them. Damn it, have you been listening to what the executive manager's been saying? It's the combined thirst of every single kindred. A few blood samples aren't going to do anything. So you're gonna sit here and do nothing? Ain't this just a matter of getting her shoes back on? Right. Yisong, shoes. Shoes, get those shoes back on her feet. I cannot. A bizarre wall of pressure surrounds her. This is one luxury cig. Good flavor. I bought those luxury cigarettes with our last bonus pay. These readings are incredible. So much power. Even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, complete emanciation. It's you acted on knowing this would happen? I had many outcomes in mind. Some were quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of my predictions. How the fuck are you so calm about this? We've got to do something. You haven't seen how hard the last hits. What would be the use of panicking now? The outcome does not align with the predictions. The first course of action should be to analyze the given data. However, doesn't seem like our containment measures will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her seems to fall straight onto all of you. Time for us to pay the price of curiosity. Miss Kaku ever wonder why I said wrong decision mark? Yeah, This is fucked. She is.
위에서 당신을
She's fucking.
관리자로 정한다면
She is. What the
합당한
fuck?
이유가 있겠지.
What the fuck?
기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테.
Yo, I'm fucking scared for my fucking life. I don't want to fight this. I don't want to fight this, bitch. Look at the first skill. Deal 200 for every bleed on the target. She's very good. Bro. That's actually fucking bullshit. Suck my ass. Can I just... Can she eat it? She cannot fucking eat it. Bro. She's just gonna have to eat it.
짝패군요.
Oh.
하나.
Blood being geeked off them beans. Yeah, she fucking geeked alright.
약측 보강 완료.
Oh, she gonna fuck her up. She gonna fuck her up.
무아몽중.
이 기회에 평소
Jesus
지휘 실력을
fucking Christ.
확인해보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
What color we got? Red. Yeah, she started with fucking 45. Okay, so how Jung the Shmuel work? Okay, here we go. The last skill she used will be the color she has to use next turn for a card stack. Okay.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
Her prize skill rerolls the moves and the skill she has to use, pretty sure. Oh. Arcana Depression? I'm fucking depressed. Because what the fuck is this fight?
둘.
I don't like that.
진짜. 격발.
네. 잘 들어갔네요.
Forced to take 15 bleed damage from the start.
아비 교환.
전술 시야
단순해서
전.
좋건.
Yeah, I'm be real
고도를
honest with you guys. If I fucking
물론
lose, I'm just gonna
좋은
quit for
성과를
the night.
갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
It's at that point. Wrath? I don't think I have a Wrath based. I do have a Wrath based. Is this considered? No. Guess no one is gonna vote against it, huh? Vote against what? Me quitting. I mean...
날카롭고 정확하게.
I'm hell over my stream time.
네.
지키기 위해서 너도 누군가에게 맡겨졌겠지만
제가 괜히
Yeah,
먹을
I'm hella
것들을 사들고
exhausted.
오는 것이
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
단테 이런
I believe in
부수적인
you.
효과를
I wanna believe in
기대했었죠.
me. Do I have something that could heal? I don't think I... I have... Nah, I'm fucked. 256. Yellow. I gotta use yellow. Oh, you mean the... There's a pole.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Pole. Oh, never mind. Someone betted to channel points that Kaku loses. Rude.
비가 오네. 아메스코
I didn't forget to bring
그간의 전투
cost. I'm
경험이
fucking around with
쓸모가
the sinking
없진
game.
않았군요. 단테.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
적합한
To
조치.
be fair, I'm trying to do
돌아가.
different things.
그였었지.
Oh, okay. Bitch, put your toes in your fucking shoes. I didn't like the sound of that. Oh, we all died. I have to be the mother of all of them. The family's thirst, it's... No, my lady. You needn't be the mother of anyone here. Here, you are a sinner, nothing more. Oh, oh. Oh. God damn. Oh. I will not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. I understand that no one could have expected this outcome, given the dearth of intelligence regarding the binding tool the first kindred had gifted to the third center. Well then. I hadn't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilus fight, but this was certainly the most exhausted I've seen him after a fight. I decided to say nothing and turn the clock. After some time passed. Plus 10. I won! Fuck everybody who voted against me. Mama Quixote. Well, you know I have to draw her now. Do it. I had to bark a teeny bit for Virgilus. Because when he does his little transformation, you know. Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness? Or did something affect your memory? Manager Esquire, my memories were fine, but there were... I heard something as soon as I removed my shoes. Voices, right? Once again, you have witnessed me. Yes, the voices. So many voices. The voices? The voices of my family. But the blood fiends of La Mancha Land are all... Sinclair trailed off. Every single blood fiend left inside La Mancha Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindreds were dead. That is Indeed, that is correct, but I cannot explain how. The only way I might explain this is that it was as though my very blood remembered them still. I recognize some of them, and some are voices of those I once deeply cared for. It seems that I was against my own desire, made to ascend to my father's seat. Perhaps I always was ever since then. And I was struck not only by my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children. Thirst. Indeed, I am also bound by that thirst. It is only natural, because I am a blood fiend. Thus the pressure of it all broke my hold of sanity, and I hurt you all. As Don Quixote the Blood Fiend, a higher kindred, not as Don Quixote, a sinner and your friend. Don Quixote, this isn't your fault, it's... No, such words are now meaningless. She looked down at her pair of shoes, their strings again neatly tied. And the higher office will now be regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Hohenheim approached us after spending a while vigorously scrubbing through his notes. The blood substitute will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition, and we won't have any issues with supply. I don't suppose you actually believe that mere willpower would be enough to withstand this urge. I have done quite well suppressing it thus far. Indeed, and that was precisely the wick attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. Jesus Christ. I see Sancho so strong Virgil had to dodge one of her horrifying bleak moves. Fun fact, Kaku. They have a nuke that kills everyone, but then you do it again on a cutscene. It's kind of crazy she had a fucking nuke. Also notice how a crazed and restrained Sancho still needed Virgil as both 3 what the fuck is that? Mings and ego to end it quickly. She giving us the judgmental stare. I feel bad for Don. It really shows what Hohenheim said before. And this is with the contract. Yeah. I must remind you that the soundness of this limiter of yours is quite tenuous, as today's events have demonstrated. It is your implication that the purpose of conducting this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the latent danger. I don't know. It seemed like he was in it only to sate his curiosity. Call it mere the auspice of opportune convenience. This risk factor had to be measured sooner or later. Had I known the full extent of the danger she posed, I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknowns was, we were able to fill it with much new information. She's so fucking disgusted in him. Certain analysis can be drawn by comparing the reports regarding blood fiends and this very experiment. Let's discuss the thirst you experienced first. For example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true. The Manchegan kindreds have been completely eradicated due to the events at La Mancha Land. But you still heard the voices of your children, yes? What are you trying to say? I aim to discuss a powerful binding force contained within blood. LCD's cooperative report explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more, that it contains abstract values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording, and we received a reply on their on-site investigation reasoning team leader spat out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. The desire of their kind. This thirst is something that may as well be imbued and imprinted on the familial bloodline. Normally, the weight of that thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why they propagate, to bear the unbearable burden together. Oh, shit. So this is why they make children to kind of take the edge off the thirst and share it. Because if you don't, you kind of go crazy. I love Faust. A color fixture somewhat having a struggle in a contract-bound Sancho. Imagine if she wasn't. Yeah, that's fucking nuts. Exactly, Imperatus Civitas level. Probably the higher echelon of Imperatus. Give Andor Faust a hug on her ego. What? But considering that all of that desire is now focused onto an individual, on account of the extinction of her entire family line, it is easy to see why her hold to sanity was so easily broken, no matter the strength of her will. She also technically is a first kindred right now, I think. How is she still a second when she took her father's place? Wouldn't that make her a first? Because literally no other kindred exist. She just took the place of first, but wouldn't that technically make her first? She alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, the duty of having to raise a family once again. But biologically she is second? I mean, yes, technically. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endless... That was a big yawn. Endlessly exacerbating thirst. Thirst and more thirst. It is quite fascinating to see how your kind preserves these very abstract values in the physical form of blood. Because she's the kindred of Don Quixote, she uses the blood of Papa Quixote, at least a part of it. The mere word thirst does quite the insufficient job of describing the intensity with which you have lost control. This is my oversight, I must admit. I do respect your effort to be liberated from your nature, I truly do, but I also maintain that it is highly advisable for you to regularly consume the provided blood packs. Understood. But one day, I wish to dismount from Roshinate and walk bare of feet and feel the earth under my own skin. I was able to establish one positive fact from this exercise, however. What might that be? That there are those who would, quite literally, throw their lives on the line to stop you even if you were to take off your shoes. In other words, I don't believe it is necessary for other departments to exercise any separate control over you. Well, now that I've had first-hand account of your conditions, I will write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet, with the effort from the subject herself, the efforts from various other environmental factors, the subject has been deemed sufficiently controllable. Once again, I do respect your efforts, or any kind of effort, really, because I've never had much use for it myself. Don Quixote took a deep breath and then turned to face the sinners, but then her eyes had regained their usual softer look. But sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice. Despite her theatrical manner of speech returning, her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land. My deepest apologies, dearest friends. Forsooth, I shall ever persevere to see that Roshinate, my shoes, are never to be removed again. Lass, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to persevere towards. Barely. I think she let out a brief, quiet laughter. Ah, Manager Esquire. Perchance, is there aught that thou concealest from my knowledge? What do you mean? I don't think so. It's no coincidence that at this very moment I noticed Foss looking at in my direction. I don't know if I made the right choice here, but Foss nodded lightly, as though to say I did. I stopped hesitating and tick-tocking noise came to a stop. Very well then. However, I cannot help but admit that I felt some degree of anxiety as I watched Don Quixote walk away as though nothing had happened. Your family dies, you make a family. Are you your mother now? Nope. Well, no. But it's a little bit... I guess it's a little bit different. They were calling her mother, though, to be fair. Give her a hug, yo. I would. In a heartbeat. My poor Don Quixote. Alright. I've been on way too damn long. We did most of the Intervallo voiced via me, as terrible as that is, and I'm sorry. But, you know, it's fine. We got next week, right? There's a theory that Dad Quixote is still alive, considering she asked about something being concealed right after coming out of hearing all the dead kindred. Yeah, I'm wondering. Oh, no. Isn't it more so... Oh, no. He might be. Because they took his body. The whole theatrics of Blood Fiend, Kindreds, and Power Scaling is really, really dumb. Why is it dumb? Do you have a schedule? Yeah, so my usual schedule is Thursdays and Fridays at 7:30 CST. The best way to keep and be updated is next week prepare to beat Sancho again. Do I have to? If I'm in the middle of this, do I have to redo this shit? Anyway, the best way to basically keep up with my schedule is to join the Discord if you are not already in the Discord. Do I legit have to? I'm not doing hard mode, fuck you guys. I'm not doing hard mode, fuck y'all. Hell no. If you want us to ever to get to Kanto 8, I'm not doing hard mode. Because what's gonna end up happening next week is that I'm gonna end up finishing this up and then maybe starting the next Intervallo. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. It's more lunacy. I know. I know it's more. But I'm trying, so the goal is to catch up so I can do the cantos with everybody else when they come out. Then you don't get to listen to the voice lines of it though. It's fine. That's okay. I'll be okay. Y'all are gonna have to deal with my shitty voice, voicing all the characters. I hope you guys appreciate it because it's making my throat hurt and my voice is busted. Why are you giggling, Leibom? You're scaring me. Is it still worth doing again for lunacy and some new stuff? I mean, if I do it, it'll be offline. Three-ish more intervallos, you gotta voice them too. Ugh, yeah, I know. I know. You're gonna hate a certain Kanto 8 fight. 2 of them. Oh, I believe you. My concern is Kanto 9. I think I'm gonna be too dumb for Kanto 9, so then I'm gonna get fucking steamrolled. And all I'm gonna ask of you guys is just be polite and let me get steamrolled in peace. Thank you. Let me get steamrolled in peace. Oh yeah, what? Kanto 8 through 9 you gotta read. Predictions might be more fun and harder boss fights. Oh, so now we're gonna start betting on me when I take L's. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, shit. Gamba? Wow. You guys are addicted. Whatever, that's fair. I'm putting myself out there. That is fair. I'm betting 1,000 on the first hard fight. That's bogus as hell. Against me or with me? That she wins? Okay, so not against me. Okay, thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me. I will say I'm learning, though. I've done a lot of learning. In the process, the entire process I've been limbusing, I have done a shit ton of learning, and I'm very proud of myself. Second or third one, 2,000, that's bogus as fuck, like mom. I'll remember that shit. But yeah, it's late as fuck. I want to sleep. Again, I also need to, for those who are interested in it, I gotta make a poll about like a community day this month. If we don't do community day this month for any reason, we'll have to push it to next month. But we'll see. I'm gonna say maybe next week or the week after that, because there's only 2 weeks left, I believe. At least 2 Saturdays left. But yeah. Kaku's gonna go to bed because she's sleepy as hell. I appreciate everyone for staying super omega late tonight. And I appreciate the patience, and I appreciate you guys listening to me and my shitty voice acting. I'm sorry I didn't wait, but it is what it is. I'm trying to keep this bus moving, as it were. But I will catch you guys next week. We will be doing more Limbus on Friday, for sure. We'll be continuing, and on Thursday, if I can't come up with a good scary game to play, Thursday might also be Limbus Day. So we might have 2 Limbus days next week. We'll see how I feel, okay? Alright. I hope you guys get some rest, and I appreciate you all. Have a good